It's quite easy for us actually the last 2 years. We had unbelievable leadership. We had small classes coming into the last 2 years, maybe just 3 guys in one class, 4 guys in the other class. So when those guys are coming into a pretty experienced group, it's easy for them to fit in, to adjust really quickly. In this class it's 14 new guys, and that's a whole lot of new guys. That's as many kind of new guys as there are returners, and even though we've got unbelievable leadership in this group, it's still hard to get 14 new guys doing things the way that we want to do it, and it's something we kind of pride ourselves on as our culture, doing all the little things right. And it's tough to just get all those 14 guys in those really good habits that those returners are already in. And for the last 2 years, we've done really well to be successful in our conference. Last year we were incredibly deep. I hope that we've got all the solutions in-house and we don't actually have to rely on the freshmen too much. Chris Jones is an experienced guy in goal who can hopefully step in for us. Noah Zorniger, when we signed him, we were planning on him being the long-term replacement for Max Rhoda anyway. And then up top, I think it makes sense to move Jack Mateish one higher. A guy like David Kurtz with his finishing ability to put him into that striker role too, I think it makes a lot of sense. So hopefully from within the group, from within the experienced guys, we'll get all the solutions and we're not having to rely too heavily on those freshmen. We can have them come in and we can kind of get them the experiences as they go without having to actually rely on them. We've always prided ourselves on being really deep, and what we've done to keep the intensity really high in our games is we've made a lot of substitutions in the game just to make sure the intensity is always at a really high level. We've got 14 new guys. There's not a bad player in the group. There really isn't. We'll still sub. We're just going to have to rely on some of those older guys for a little bit longer in the game. So instead of that 20-25 minute sub, you've maybe got those guys going for 30 and 35 minutes. So we're just looking for a little bit more out of those older guys so that we can do it right in terms of getting the younger guys the experience they need as well. And it's so hard to you can't have that experience until you go through that experience of driving on a bus for 5 hours and getting off and having to get a result and doing that kind of stuff. It's so difficult to kind of get them that experience. We've got a bunch of really good soccer players. The one thing we're missing is us just being a little bit tougher, which that's our conference. There's days where you've got to win when you're not playing well, and I think that becomes the hardest thing for the freshmen that come in, to be able to grind out those results, which you have to do in the GLVC because it's such a tough conference.